So welcome, Take Control team, and any other guests. We do have a shared link. Andrea Griffin asked if she could share a link today with her team. So welcome to anybody who is joining our Zoom tonight. So July 24th, 2017. Just great to, we're almost approaching the end of July, and I can't believe how fast this month is gone. So hopefully there's a lot of you who have looked at Sinuit this week. I'm really excited. Just before the Zoom, I looked at the training that we had again today on Ditto Talk and Ditto Touch, and it's amazing. And I can't wait to go to the rest of the boot camps this week and learn. And then let's all grow together on this amazing platform that they have given us. It's going to be really exciting to see how that's all going to work for us. So that kind of just brings us right into our topic tonight. And I don't know if you guys have watched Kelsey and Vanessa. They're very, very out there on social media. And so when I asked them if they could please share some of their knowledge and expertise to us, they were more than happy to get things together for us. So I'm going to leave the rest of this call to Kelsey and Vanessa. So welcome, and we're really excited to learn from you guys tonight. So I'm going to mute myself, and you're on, you guys.
Awesome. Thank you for having us. We're really excited about this. I think I might be a little more, because this is something that's been it's just exciting. It's exciting to be able to build a brand online and to take your business totally online. I mean, to leverage the internet is really exciting. So I'm going to share my screen. And let's see. All right, can you guys see it as a presentation right now?
Can someone just thumb up so we can see it?
We can see
Awesome.
great.
All right, so Facebook 101. So we're going to give you some practical tips to grow your business online. And I encourage you to take some notes. We are by no means experts at this, but I hope that we can provide you with some value. And so do you want to?
Okay, so how many of you, give us a nice big thumb so we can see it, want to grow your business so it's completely online?
Would that be exciting?
Yeah, okay, cool.
So why build your business online?
Well, you're never going to run out of leads.
Never. Facebook as a platform has close to 2 billion people. That's wild. So you'll never run out of leads.
And you can do this anywhere.
Like anywhere. So if you're dropping the kids off at school or soccer practice or picking them up, you're on Facebook. You're just sitting in the car. You can be talking to leads,
which obviously would save you time.
Yeah, and you could be talking to 5, maybe 7 prospects in 1 hour, you guys. Like, that's wild. So you can really leverage your time.
The neat thing is you really become an authority.
Yeah, you can become an authority, which will allow you to attract people to you, which is super exciting. Give us a thumbs up if you want to attract people to you rather than going out, trying to prospect, trying to, cold market, all of that. You can actually attract people to you. And as a result,
you can have multiple income streams.
Yeah, if you work it right, you can have multiple income streams. So this, for example, if we were to take this, what we're doing for you guys right now, and we were to record it ourselves, we could go and sell this, or we could turn this into another training and put it on our website. So it's really, really cool in that part. So here's what we're going to cover today. It's a little different than what we had told you guys originally, just because there's so much. It's like, oh, what do we do? There's so many things. So I'll let you lead it.
Okay, so we're going to talk about building your brand, attraction marketing versus resistance marketing, link etiquette, and a bonus.
We have a bonus at the end, a little action step that y'all can take. So what do you picture in your mind when you think of this brand? We should have you guys posting in the comments if you want to be real interactive. But what do you think of when you think of this brand? You probably aren't going to imagine a fisherman. Like, let's be real. You're probably not imagining camo gear, a guy standing waist deep in water. Probably imagining something more like this girl, a runner, somebody who's very active. So Nike really brands an active lifestyle. You have anything else on that? They're really branding that active lifestyle. And yeah, fishing is active, but they're more going for like, you know, kind of younger athletic people.
Even anybody who walks into my office wearing those new Nike Airs, I'm like, oh, you must be a runner. Like automatically, I think, you know, they must be somebody who runs just because they're wearing those Nike Airs.
Right.
Which is, it might not be true.
But it's the brand that they create, right?
Yeah.
So what is your brand? What is your brand that you have right now? Do you even have a brand? If not, let's build it. Let's figure it out. So the first thing that you want to write down right now is, what do you want to be an expert in? Maybe you're not an expert right now in anything, but you want to become an expert. So what do you want to be an expert in? So this could be health and wellness. Maybe you want to be an expert in health and wellness. Maybe you want to be an expert in fitness. Maybe you want to be an expert in business, in being an entrepreneur. So what do you want to be the expert in? What do you want to be known as? What do you want people to relate you to? And who do you want to help? What kind of people do you want to help? Who are they? Are they stay-at-home moms that are struggling with building their business? Are they busy moms that don't really have a lot of time to work out? Who is it that you want to help, and why? Why do you want to help them?
Yeah, so I'm going to fill in the blanks as an example. So for a lot of you who might not know what my day-to-day job is, I'm an acupuncturist. And so what do I want to be an expert in? Well, I want to be an expert in mental health. And who do I want to help? I want to help people with depression or anxiety or PTSD. And why? Because I can see monumental shifts in those people when I focus only on that area. Not on fertility, not on pain. I want to focus only on mental health. And I can see the greatest shift and the greatest leverages when I focus on one specific thing, and I know everything about that one specific thing.
So, and you were also going to mention.
Yeah. So here's what can happen if you choose something that A, you're not super passionate about, or B, you're not super educated in or expert in.
Well, and also like, just, you might choose something today, but know that it's going to change.
Yeah. So for example, again, I moved my office into a powerlifting gym and an Olympic weightlifting gym. So a very, very niche market of fitness. And I thought, I'm going to be the expert on helping these athletes with acupuncture. And it like crashed and burned because A, I'm not an athlete who lifts weights, so I have no idea what the in and outs was, and it didn't interest me, so I never educated myself on it. So therefore, I actually just went with what my passion was, and then it totally went from there.
So now that you've built the foundation, so that's a little bit of a foundation, you know, who you want to help, what you want to be an expert in. We got to build authority. And the number one tip to building authority through building your brand, does anyone know what it is? I'm curious. Do you know what the number one thing is to build authority? It's to educate. It's to educate people, because people are online to either be distracted from their day-to-day lives or to learn. They want to learn, you know, new tips, new tricks, but they don't really care about your products. They don't. They want to learn about what's going to help them. So you want to focus on providing value, and then a solution. So we have some examples here. So you could provide value in the sense of 5 tips for stay-at-home moms building a business online. And then the solution is, you're not going to post your link and say, hey, if you want to build a business online, visit my link. You're going to say something like, hey, if you're a mom and you really want to take your business online, you want to work from home, you want to spend more time with your kids, reach out to me. I would love to help you. So the same goes for maybe if your target audience that you want to be marketing is for fitness. You could say something like, 3 ab workouts to rock a beach body this summer. And hey, if you're curious about what I use to burn fat and have wicked amounts of energy, reach out to me. I'd love to share what I'm using. Or if you're very business minded, you could do the number one tip for attracting entrepreneurs to you. And hey, are you curious about being an entrepreneur? Reach out to me. I can handle any questions that you have. I'd love to help you. So boom, so you're educating people, but you're not giving them too much information. You're attracting them to you. So people are going to start to relate you as the expert when you do this. When you're educating, when you're providing value, they're going to start to be like, if somebody starts to talk, like say if you're in fitness, if somebody is like, oh, I don't have a lot of time for fitness, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I know this lady Jocelyn, and she actually does these amazing trainings online. You should check her out. So they're going to relate Jocelyn to that, and they're going to go and find you because that's your brand. So some tools, Facebook Live is incredible. When you go live on Facebook, they really promote you. And if you haven't done a lot of lives yet, you are going to be so high in the algorithms. They are going to, they're so good to new people. It gets a little harder as you go, but they will really bump you up in the feed. So if you are brand new to live, it's a really good time to start educating people. You can do it through a blog. You can do it through inspiring posts, educational posts. And a lot of you have been asking me what we've been using, and it's called Ecamm Live. And it's a one-time $30 fee. It's only for Mac. And it allows you to live stream videos that you've pre-recorded. It allows you to put like a logo on the screen or writing. It allows you to do quite a few things. So check that out. I know Kathy wanted me to mention that because it's an awesome platform if you have a Mac. And so some other tips is be you times 10. Like just be a little more excited, be a little more outgoing, be a little more,
unapologetic.
Yeah.
The more that you stand in yourself and you have no apologies as to who you are, whether, even if you're super messy with your life, if you have no apologies, then people will respect that. They're like, okay, that's okay. She's like, human. Yeah. And she's super confident in who she is, even if sometimes she's chaotic, and the more that you stand into that and the more that you represent that, people are like, okay, she's got something and she's super confident, even if she wiles out every now and then. And how do I be like that? And how do I have what she's got?
Mm-hmm. So authenticity is extremely, extremely attractive. Mm-hmm. If you show that you're a human and you fumble a bit and you goof up, and like people will be really, really drawn to that. Mm-hmm. And they're going to start to relate to you as the expert. You were going to mention something on that.
Oh yeah. I just noticed that there was a shift, and as soon as I stopped being scared about who I was, even if some of the stuff I do isn't very conservative anymore, then I just stopped caring what people thought. And instead now people call me, even people who have been in my industry for like 15 years. And they're like, hey, can you answer this question for me? And it was, this is exciting that you are now regarded as somebody who has all the information, or at least you have the confidence to, even if you have to pretend for one single moment, mm-hmm. you have that enough confidence to be like, I got this. Mm-hmm. So people will start to depend on you.
So you're seen as the expert, as the urban witch.
That's correct.
That's your brand.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So now we're going to move into attraction versus resistance marketing. This is so important, you guys. You want to attract people to you. You don't want to deter them away. So how do you do that? You create curiosity. Mm-hmm. You've got to create curiosity. You got to get people thinking like, oh, I wonder like what are they even doing? Like, what is that? Look at how cute that looks.
Especially, okay, I have to actually give an example, like a hard example on Instagram. I have had more people reach out to me by putting a picture of my coffee mug and being like, I love my alkaline coffee. And more people have responded to me simply by hashtag alkaline coffee. It's amazing. Just a little tidbit.
So, okay, we all know that experience in the mall, okay? So you're walking along and you're just minding your own business, and all of a sudden you lock eyes and he's coming towards you and you're like, oh no. And you can see his like stack of products and he's gonna try and rub it on your arm. And I gotta give this credit to one of my mentors. He's the one that shared this example. It's such a prime example. And all you wanna do is like push them down and run, because you know what they're after. They want your money. They want you to take their product. And they actually don't really care about you as a person. They just see you as like dollar signs. And it's just like, get away. So you don't want to be that. Can you imagine the difference if you had no idea who this person really was and they came up to you and they were like, oh my gosh, I love your hair. You'd stop and you'd be like, oh my gosh, thank you. And it would open up a conversation and they'd be like, do you get it here in the mall? No, actually, I get it done over there. Oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. It opens up the conversation. And if they actually got to know you and say, well, hey, I'm not from that salon that you're at, but I do have this product you might like. Do they carry it? Have you heard of it? That is immediately going to put you at ease and be a little more attractive, right? You're not going to be totally like resistant.
As opposed to them coming with their dish and their spatula and like trying to get it on
like
you.
Ready, like, and you're like, no, thank you. I didn't ask for that. So it's the same in your network marketing business. And so just to go back to the Nike examples, so Nike dudes, they brand a lifestyle. They're branding something that looks awesome, it feels good, and it provokes emotion.
Yeah, like think about when you are watching the Olympics and you see the gold medalist on the podium and they're so excited and they're crying, and then they play that in the Nike commercials and like, you can be that. And they're wearing the Nike clothing. You're like, oh my gosh, I need Nike clothing to be an Olympic medalist.
Right? Yeah. So Nike don't. They do not share the CEO's income or in network marketing, their upline's income. They don't market the fabric material. They don't, AKA the ingredients. They're not plastering where to buy their items. It's just natural. When you think of Nike, you know where to go and get it because their brand is sports. And so you want to be that same way. You want people to think of you like, oh, I know where I can get that content. I know where I can get that lifestyle. That's through Kathy. So more on creating curiosity, just provoke intrigue. Intrigue. Don't give too much away. Provide value, so much value. Wake up and say, how can I provide more value today? Because that's going to draw people to you. Not your links. That's going to deter them. They didn't ask for it. They didn't ask to be sold yet. So you don't want to provide too much. It's like that guy in the mall. And then you want to get them to reach out to you through a call to action. So just like we talked about in the previous examples of, you know, hey, 5 steps to a stay-at-home mom, blah, blah, blah. Hey, reach out to me if I can help you with this. So you want to get them to come to you through the strong call to action. So a little bit of radical honesty here, ladies and gents. Check yourself. Are you wrecking yourself? Are you wrecking yourself on Facebook at all? So if somebody visited your Facebook page, could they form a negative opinion about what you're doing without even talking to you? Could they take what you're doing and put it in Google and say, nope, this is a scam, I don't want anything to do with it? If you reached out to them in Messenger, you know, 2 billion people on there, you're going to want to start reaching out to people in Messenger. Would they know just from looking at your page if you have ulterior motives by talking to them? So that's really important to check. So when you start to gain momentum and you start to have people reaching out to you because of the education that you're providing and the value you're putting out, here's some tips to being attractive and attracting them to you even more. So what I've started to do, because I've started to be prospected a lot. I don't know if you guys are dealing with the same thing, but holy moly. So many people are just like coming out of nowhere. And I'll send a voice clip introduction. And you can get to know somebody very quickly and their motives by sending a voice clip introduction. If you're not comfortable with that, you could always do a text, but just introduce yourself.
Yeah, and what I find really important about that voice clip, it's just because I noticed Kelsey doing this around the kitchen, and you can actually hear her emotion in the voice clip. And people are so quick to be like, oh, so-and-so messaged me. But when they see that you sent either a video or a little voice clip, it's like, ooh, it instantly creates intrigue, and you're very curious and you want to open it right away, but you don't want to seem too eager, you know? So it gets them caught immediately with emotion.
And it keeps you in the front of their mind because you did something different. So you're breaking their state. You did something totally different. You introduced yourself, and then ask them about them. Hey, how long have you been in network marketing? Or, you know, ask them something that's on their page. Like, hey, I saw that you posted this. What's that about? Really just get to know them and create that relationship. And again, provide them with value, not links. And you guys, I learned, oh my gosh. So this woman, I got to share this story. She's from Roden and Fields, and she's been talking to me, and I am like not giving her my link. It's so funny. And she said to me straight up, she's like, coffee. Because I told her what I do, and she's like, coffee? I think I must be in the wrong company. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, you probably are. But I didn't say anything. I did not even feed into what she was saying. And so I keep going, and she starts to open up about her struggles, and I start to help her. I'm not even inviting her to look at what we're doing. She's literally, we're probably 5 days into a conversation, taking it slow. And she's literally asking me now for our link. Mm-hmm. So that is it is so key to, and I literally followed all of these 4 steps, and she is now asking me, and I finally provided it. Basically making them come to you is like, you are now totally the authority in the situation, and you have attracted them to you because you're not acting like you need them. You're not acting like too eager. So very, very, very important there. So then if they qualify after you talk to them, because you don't want just anybody. So if they qualify, you could say something like, hey, based on what you mentioned about blank, I think you may want to take a look at blank. It may or may not be for you. And that's we're getting like not super, it may or may not be for you, but I think it may really help you, just based on what you said. So that is another way where you're not being like, hey, I think you really need this. Look at my link. You're still keeping it in the court, and you're still going to make them think that it's their idea. And that is so important. Like, psychology in network marketing is really fascinating. So does that make sense? Can you give me a thumbs up? Are you getting value from this? Awesome. Okay. So the Mavis spam technique.
This is my favorite story of Kelsey's.
This is what not to do. And I'm so stoked because this happened in June, and I was like, I'm so excited to teach with this. Okay. So Mavis comes along. And this was before I started using voice clips. So I said, hey, Mavis, nice to connect. Are you with Valentis? Because beware, ladies and gentlemen, she is on the move. I saw that we have friends in common. So she says, no, are you? I said, yeah, I am. What inspired you to add me? So I asked her a question. I'm with Modere, so I add people. Good luck with your business. So I said, I called her out. I'm like, well, what's the purpose behind adding random people? No response. Then she says, how are you doing with Valentis? I said, really well. This is my first go at network marketing, and I couldn't be happier. What about you? I've never heard of Modere. She says, 2.5 months in, and I got $150 in free product. In the second month, I got 700 in checks last month. I said, that's great. She says, I'm expecting more this month. My friend introduced me to network marketing a couple of years ago, but the product and company just weren't right. Worked my butt off and yada. So she's just like verbally vomiting.
She's coming at you with the lotion on a spatula.
Look at all of this.
You. Yeah.
650,000, blah, 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 blah. So she's talking about her upline now and this and that. And I'm just like, holy moly. I'm like, oh my goodness. So then she asked to join this community, and I could take a look, and then I can delete or whatever. And then I don't respond. She says, we work as a team and blah, blah. And I said, I have zero interest in taking a look. Thank you, though. I'd be silly to walk away from what I'm doing. I'm very happy you found something suitable for you. Good luck. So I'm trying to get this lady away. This is resistance marketing right now, what she's doing. Good luck to you, and God bless. By the way, now she's coming back. She's like trying to reel me back in, and I'm running. And she's like, good luck to you, and God bless. By the way, my friend walked away, and blah, blah, blah. And so she keeps vomiting all over me. Not attractive. Please, please do not do this, because I wouldn't let her join our team. And so I started to ask her, like, awesome, I'm happy to hear about your friend. She must be so happy. And so I asked her what her name was, because I was curious. And I said, does she teach you these prospecting tools or techniques? And she said, all aspects. And I just didn't respond. So this is the Mavis spam technique. And I want you to drill that in your mind. Do not do this. And I feel sad that that's how she's going about and adding 5 people a day or whatever. because it's not going to get her far. And she might get a couple people, and she might get, you know, that $700, but is it sustainable? I don't know. But at least she had link etiquette. She didn't give me her link. So slathering your link all over the internet, it's going to hurt you long term. Who is in this for the long haul? Give me a thumbs up. Are you in this long term? Are you in this business because it's a business? It goes the same thing for building your brand online. So,
and I'm just going to make a really quick point about what happened with the Mavis technique and the resistance marketing. Like, not only did that happen, but it tarnished our view a little bit about how that entire network is operating and how they're speaking to people. And so if you think about you doing that to one person, we're in network marketing. Everything is network marketing. So if you happen to do that to one person, think about how many people are now affected by it. For them to be like, ugh, ooh, did you hear about those people from Valentis? Ooh, what are they doing? You know, and you want to have it the other way around, where they're like, oh my gosh, have you heard of those Valentis people? They're so cool.
Yeah.
Right? So
it was the same. You were going to share this story about the woman.
This was like a third party story, but basically these two ladies were in a coffee shop and they were with another company, and the one woman started talking to a man about this product. And he said, no, I'm good. And she literally started yelling at him across the coffee shop.
Like he was walking away.
To try the product, like right there and then. And he had to say no 3 times. And she was yelling at him and like being boisterous and laughing. And if you think about it, it's actually borderline assault when you're doing something like that to somebody. And that doesn't speak great for any aspect of it. So just keep that in mind too.
Yeah, this is my friend's upline, and this my friend is so embarrassed to even bring prospects. So she might be joining us shortly. She might be coming on over.
Yeah, whether it's online or in person, like the same thing can happen online, and we just call it spamming.
Mm-hmm. So why is it going to hurt your business if you're doing this? They have no reason to reach out to you, and you need people to reach out to you and connect to you. So if your link is there, they have no reason to connect with you. It doesn't provide value. It creates resistance. Like we've talked about, it's the same as that guy in the mall. It breaks the rule of creating curiosity. There's nothing curious about giving the whole recipe away, right? There's like what about that secret ingredient? My mom's, the guy that owns my mom's clinic, he makes the best barbecue chicken. And I asked him, he sends me the recipe, and then he's like, plus my dad's secret spice. And I was like, well, what is that? Like, that's the whole key, right? But you don't want to give that away. And because they can Google it and form negative opinions. That's never, never, never good. It's out of your control at that point. It's a little bit spammy. And you can't control who has or hasn't seen it. And you want to know who has taken a look at it so you can follow up with them, right?
And be careful what you post online, because the internet never forgets. So once you've already made that,
it takes 28 days.
Oh, does it?
It takes 28 days to create a new brand.
Oh, that's a really long time.
That's not
well, I guess not that much time. But anyways, anyone can screenshot that and again be like, oh my gosh, did you hear about so-and-so? Or, oh my gosh, did you hear about so-and-so? Like you want that, oh my gosh, people. Yeah.
So be the curiosity king or queen. Do you like that? Do you like the little, yeah. I thought it was like the king family, which kind of worked, or queen. We had to throw that in there. So you want to make people come to you. Act as if you have the secret weapon, because you do. You know you do, but they don't. And so you want to reel them in, create curiosity, and see if they qualify to hold the secret weapon. All right, so we're almost done. We're wrapping up. So the bonus, this is the takeaway method. And I also learned this. This is through Ray Higdon. If you are not following him, you need to, because this works. So there's this thing called FOMO, and it stands for fear of missing out. People do not want to miss out. And if they believe like they're going to miss out on something, they'll do anything not to, right? So here's a little action step. This is a little script that I've been using that actually works really well. This is for people who totally ignore you. They blatantly ignore your messages online or offline if you've called them and left a couple messages and they're just not getting back to you or text. This works like gold, okay? This is the takeaway method. So you could say, hey, blank, it seems like now isn't a good time for you, which is totally cool. I just wanted to let you know that I've crossed you off my list so I don't keep following up with you. Have an awesome summer with the kids or whatever is relevant, and good luck with everything. Boom, you took it away. You're like, you know what, I crossed you off my list. It's obviously not a good time for you. Absolutely no shaming, okay? I had to learn this. This is so embarrassing. Like 2 months ago, I shamed somebody, and then I was like, I can't believe I did that. That's not a good thing. And it was like a little passive aggressive. I'm going to be honest because you're offended that they're not responding. And it's like, you know, but don't do that. No guilt tripping them into anything at all, because that's not going to give you a good name either. No link giving, no if then when then, no saying at the end of it like, hey, I know now is probably not a good time, so, you know, but in the future, here's my link if you want to, you know, check it out. No, you do the takeaway and you're going to create FOMO. They're going to be like, what? And they're going to come back.
You even think about when you see kids and as soon they have like a cell phone that they're watching something, and as soon as the mom takes that away, whoa, they get really mad and they want that phone back and they want it back right now. You know, so it's kind of the same thing. You're taking their candy away.
So check it out. I screenshotted 2 instances that I did this, and both were a little bit different. I said to this lady, and hey, I didn't show you the whole text because it was a little bit out of context, but I said, if you're not interested in learning about it, that's totally cool. We'll cross you off our list. Boom. Yes, I'm really interested. She was ignoring me for weeks, and then I say that, yes, I'm really interested actually. And then another one over here, I said, hey again, I can't see it because everybody's in, hold on, can I move this? Whoops, I can't, but you guys can probably see it. Anyway, she came back and apologized. I'm so sorry, I've been really busy. Oh yeah, sorry, keep you hanging on. And she came back, and that was after 2 follow-ups ignoring. So that works so well as long as you assume the best. Assume the best. Don't shame them. Don't blame them. Cross them off your list or say that you're going to, and move on, because you do have more people that you want to spend your time on because your time is valuable. We all know that. That's why we're in this. So an action step, if you guys are open to it, is call, text, email, or voice clip 5 people, if you have that many, who have completely ignored you or not returned your message, with the takeaway, and see what happens.
And here's the takeaway again, right here, if you need to write it all down.
Hey blank, seems like now isn't a good time for you, which is totally cool. I just wanted to let you know I've crossed you off my list so I don't keep bugging you. I want to keep following up with you. I hope you have an awesome summer with the kids, and good luck with everything. And be genuine. And if you say this in a voice clip, they can really hear that, and it helps. So there you go. You're a millionaire, and that's our little training. Let's see here. How do I open this back up? Whoops. No, what is this? I'm confused. Can you still see my screen?
Do you need to see those?
Stop share.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, this is all. Okay, what's going on in the chat over here? Okay, so was that good, you guys? It's 9:03. Ooh, that was pretty good. High five.
Oh, yeah.
And does anybody want to jump in and say anything? Or are we supposed to end this?
I'm going to say thank you guys very much. That was awesome. You guys are awesome. And we learned so much, and it's recorded, you guys, everybody that's here tonight. So we can watch this over and over again. And this free education is only going to help your guys' business too, and brand you, because you guys are awesome at helping others. So, and I know I'm going to go on mute right now because I know Mike wants to say a few words. So thanks again. You did awesome, you guys. And Mike, stage is yours.
This is what we're all out there to do, bring people that are smarter than us. And I commend you guys. Tonight was fabulous. You know, it was exciting. You kept our attention. You know, it was like watching the best movie in the world. And, you know, this is what we want to share with everybody. And you guys are branding yourselves as well as your brand and Take Control team. So thank you very much. You know, you both deserve a round of applause. That was an awesome training. And I learned a lot. I appreciate it. So you guys can close off.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for the
Thanks, Mike.
opportunity. Really cool.
Yeah, I hope you guys got some value. And if any of you need help with any of this, feel free to reach out to us. If you have any pointers for us, if there's something we could have done better, please private message me, and we would utilize that. So thank you all. Have an awesome week. Set some good goals, and we'll see you all on next Monday. Petite Tanya. Petite